A journey that pushes the boundaries of the sky, revolutions that change the course of aviation history, legendary flights, and decisions that shape the world. This is the stage of American Airlines. This adventure, spanning from the early 20th century to the present day, is not just the story of an airline, it is an epic reflection of humanity's passion for flight. Years ago, this journey began in the vast landscapes of America, initially focused on mail transport, and eventually transformed into a global revolution that united millions of people. This is not just a success story of a company. It is a legend written in the skies. Are you ready to learn the incredible story of American Airlines, starting from its roots and reaching the pinnacle? Welcome to the Founding Legends channel. Today we will dive into the history of American Airlines, its growth, and the unforgettable milestones behind it. So, how did a small company evolve into an aviation giant? What crises and successes led them to their current position? All of this and more will be explored in this video. Our journey begins now. Buckle up in your cockpit and witness the ascent of this legend into the sky. The roots of American Airlines trace back to the late 1920s. At that time, airplanes were not yet the carriers of passengers. They were the carriers of mail in the skies. Across America's vast landscapes, letters, packages, and important documents were transported much faster by air than through hours of arduous journeys by train. However, no one could have predicted that this giant, born from the merger of a few small companies, would one day leave its mark on the history of world aviation. In 1929, small companies like Transcontinental Air Transport and Western Air Express, supported by Charles Lindbergh, united to usher in a new era in the American skies. This new company was named American Airways and focused on airmail transportation. However, the real major step would come in 1934, when a young and visionary leader named C.R. Smith took charge of this small airline. C.R. Smith was not just a businessman. He was a strategist, passionately devoted to aviation. Under his leadership, American Airways would not only transport mail but also revolutionize passenger transportation. One of Smith's greatest visions was to transport passengers more safely, quickly, and comfortably. This vision laid the foundation for the company to change its name to American Airlines. From the early 1930s, American Airlines led the revolutionary developments in aviation of that time. The first major move came with the Douglas DC-3 aircraft, which created a profound change in aviation. These planes not only transported passengers more comfortably, they also enabled airlines to have a profitable business model for the first time. Airplanes were no longer just a luxurious way to travel from one place to another, but rather a transportation option accessible to the public. Under C.R. Smith's management, American Airlines transformed from just an airline into one of the leading players in the aviation industry. They managed to be a company that did not just follow technological advancements, but created them. When they launched fully reclining flights for the first time in 1936, the aviation world recognized once again that American Airlines was pushing the boundaries. The 1930s and 40s were years of both growth and transformation for American Airlines. A new giant was rising in America's skies. But this was just the beginning. The dawn of the jet age, years filled with international expansion and fierce competition, awaited them. The real leap for American Airlines came with the dawn of the jet age, a revolutionary period in aviation history during the 1950s and 60s. The skies above America were now filled with faster, larger, and more impressive planes. And American Airlines was ready to lead the charge with the Boeing 707, ushering in a new era of air travel. Jet-powered aircraft weren't just about speed. They transformed the entire concept of passenger transportation. Now, more people could travel longer distances in shorter times. American Airlines quickly adapted to this technology and began flying across the globe. In 1959, American Airlines made history with the first transcontinental jet service from New York to Los Angeles. Suddenly, crossing the continent wasn't just a dream. It was something anyone could experience. American Airlines wasn't just about aircraft. The company was determined to redefine the entire travel experience. In the 1960s, they pioneered the first computerized reservation system, a revolutionary innovation that forever changed how people booked flights. This system laid the groundwork for the modern reservation systems used by airlines worldwide today. But what about the passengers? American Airlines didn't stop at technology. They revolutionized customer loyalty too. In 1981, they launched the world's first frequent flyer program, a game-changing initiative that allowed passengers to earn miles with every flight. These miles could then be redeemed for free tickets, upgrades, and special services. What was once a novelty became a cornerstone of the aviation industry, with almost every airline today following in their footsteps. Innovation was woven into the fabric of American Airlines. But as with any success story, this growth brought its own set of challenges. In the early 1980s, the U.S. aviation industry underwent a massive deregulation process, creating fierce competition among airlines. Many companies collapsed or were forced to downsize during this time. But American Airlines, through strategic moves, managed to survive. By the mid-1980s, American Airlines had become a global aviation powerhouse. But the journey wasn't always smooth. During these competitive times, the airline faced financial difficulties and was forced to make tough decisions. Yet, these challenges didn't stop American Airlines from coming up with creative solutions. New routes, partnerships, and more modern planes kept the company ahead. American Airlines' international expansion strategy solidified its position as one of the world's biggest airlines. New routes to Europe, Asia, South America, and the Middle East further proved their global dominance. However, like every great success story, the journey of American Airlines has also passed through dark and challenging days. On September 11, 2001, the world was shaken by one of the most tragic and devastating terrorist attacks in history. That morning, 2 American Airlines planes, along with their innocent passengers and crew, were hijacked and became part of the attacks. This horrific event affected not only the American people, but the entire world. The American Airlines family mourned not only for the passengers and crew aboard those 2 planes, but also for the thousands of lives lost in the attacks. For the families, friends, and loved ones of those who perished that day, the pain remains a loss that will be felt forever. In the aftermath, American Airlines and the aviation industry entered a period of deep mourning and reflection. This tragic event was not merely a financial loss for American Airlines. The crew and passengers aboard those planes were part of the company. Each one was a person, a life, a story. They left behind loved ones, and their memories became an inseparable part of American Airlines history. Every year during memorial ceremonies, these individuals' stories are kept alive, their names forever carried in our hearts. After this tragic event, American Airlines had to recover not just as a company, but as a community. Honoring the memories of those who were lost and paying tribute to their stories became one of American Airlines' most important responsibilities. The memory of those who perished that day will always be remembered, leaving an indelible mark on the history of aviation. The story of American Airlines is not just about the success of an airline. It is a reflection of humanity's passion for the skies. From its beginnings in the 1920s as a small mail carrier to launching the jet age, embracing technological innovations and revolutionizing the airline industry, American Airlines has left a legacy that extends beyond mere flights. So, how did this journey unfold? Through investments in innovative technology, customer-centric strategies, and a leadership approach that refused to back down during challenging times. In every crisis, every obstacle, American Airlines found a way to rise again. The tragic effects of September 11, economic downturns and bankruptcy filings, all these turning points made American Airlines stronger and more resilient. Today, American Airlines stands as one of the largest airlines in the world, safely connecting millions of travelers to their loved ones every year. But this story does not end here. In a constantly changing and evolving aviation landscape, the future of American Airlines is also filled with promise. Carbon-neutral flight goals, investments in more sustainable technologies, and new projects aimed at transforming the customer experience signal that this giant's journey is far from over. Thank you for joining us on Founding Legends. If you enjoyed exploring the incredible journey of American Airlines, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. We can't wait to see you in the next legendary story. Remember, every great success turns into a legend. See you on our next journey.